Well, hello. My name is Brody, and welcome to the 13th episode of Minecraft map making Defend Helm's Deep. Let's just get right into it. I think this was the second biggest update to Defend Helm's Deep I've ever done. And I'll go over the bigger components because we can't get into every little nitty gritty thing. Wisps is what I'm going to call this one. One thing I noticed from the beginning of making this game was when people start the game, they don't know where to go. Even though the first thing that pops up in chat says to teleport to the store, but clicking on buttons in chat is a foreign thing for some players. So I've added a little particle wisp that shows players where to go in the very first stage. This was done with a baby villager getting teleported one direction until he gets to the store and just dies. And I ran some particles at his location and making sure they would stick to the ground and not float away. The upgrade Anvil. I'm not sure why I made it more complicated than it needed to be back then. You used to have to put a mithril in the slot and then click the top of it with the item you wanted to upgrade. But now, all you have to do is right-click the anvil with the item you want to upgrade, and it detects if the player that clicked it has mithril dust in their inventory, and if they do, it allows it to happen and removes the mithril. Also adding a nice little animation of the hammer upgrading the item, which I'm quite happy with. I've also made it so you can upgrade different items now, like traps. When you upgrade a trap, it will last for 2 waves and it can't be destroyed by explosions. Another thing you can upgrade is turrets, which is different than the old way of leveling them up. You can now turn turrets into long-range ballistas. After you upgrade one, you'll see different bases for the ballista set up around the stronghold. All you have to do is drop it beside them and it will summon a ballista. When you level up turrets, these ballistas will also become more powerful. They also prioritize, can't really say that word. They also prioritize aiming at groups of enemies instead of just the close ones. As of right now, once you place them, they cannot break or get destroyed unless you place one here. A catapult can land right on that one and it will kill it. Yeah, I'm very happy with how these turned out. They might be a little too overpowered, but I like them. The whole system is kind of too complicated to explain quickly, but for its targeting of groups, I can delve into that a little bit. So if there's enemies within a selected ballista aiming area, each one of those enemies will add 1 score to the enemies close to them, but not to themselves. And the ballista will aim at the enemy with the highest score. And if there's a tie, the ballista will just choose a random one to shoot at. I thought this was going to be way more of a taxing thing to add to the game, but apparently it's fine. Armour Set Bonuses. This was talked about in my Discord for, I don't know, a long time, I think, and I decided to tackle it. So if you wear a full matching set of armor, you will get a set bonus. The sets cater to different playstyles. All this info can be viewed in your inventory by clicking these little question marks. Leather will make your bracer never break. Gold will heal players around you if you stay still, but it doesn't heal you. It works much like a health charm would, but as a player, I guess. You are the health charm. Chainmail will make your shield bashes do more damage and push them further. Iron will slow enemies that get close to you. And diamond will make it so no players in the game will lose gold when they die. The reason for the lame diamond one is because 1, it's already pretty strong, and 2, it turns your selfish greed for diamond into a positive for your teammates in a small way. To achieve all this, it was pretty simple. It's weird that I didn't do it sooner. I made a predicate to check if players are wearing a full set of armor, and if they are, I give them a tag. And if they have that tag, then I would activate the said benefits. So the slow iron set is just if that player has that tag, then any enemies around him just get slowness. Easy. Charms. You may have noticed the 2 charm slots in the hotbar. You can now only use 2 at a time. I've also added a 4th charm. If you die, it will summon a pack of wolves at that location. And they vary on strength depending, I think, on the player count or the difficulty, something like that. The support charm is now also available to use as both ranged and melee players. Because of this, I have changed the loot table as more people will be using it. I think I might have changed the price too. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Similarly to how the armor set bonuses worked. Okay, they're similar to the armor set bonus on how they work. I made some predicates to check if the player has the charms in those slots, and if they do, then you activate them. Game session stats. Session stats is something I wanted in the game for a long time, but now that it is added, I'm quite happy with it, and I find it really fun to look at the end of a game. Seeing how much money we all wasted on a slot machine and the insane amount of arrows we shoot is pretty great. The fact I even have a slot machine in this game is kind of ridiculous, but it's a favorite, I think. You can view them by right-clicking the sign beside your personal stat sign in the lobby. Cool, so those are the main highlights. You can view the changelog in my Discord or on the Planet Minecraft page. Something I want to add for the next update is horns. I want to use the new horns. There's a Minecraft bug for detecting them right now, so I'm waiting for that to be fixed before I even touch them. Also, I want to add smaller mini bosses, kind of like how Sauron's shadow projection is, but maybe like a troll or a big orc or something. It would be like a custom model. But my main priority will be adding an endless 10,000 orc army mode. Anyways, leave a comment saying like and click random buttons on the screen until you're subscribed. Tick off, you hosers. Okay, this next one, possibly my favorite ever. Okay, you look.